In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to be using the foil transfer tape and base coat to create the perfect window effect. So I'm going to be working with a fully finished nail. I used cover cherry blossom to create this beautiful coffin nail. So once the nail is file finished, you're now ready for the design. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be using overdrive for mission control. So I'm just going to take a mixing spatula and I'm just going to put a nice amount on my mixing tile so that I don't waste any product at all. So what we want to be able to do now is we have to prepare the surface before the paint application. I'm going to be using Protein Bond as my base coat, right? This is going to create adhesion so none of the gel paint chips away from the surface of the enhancement. So I'm going to put one coat over the whole entire surface. I'm going to do that on all 10 fingers. And by the time you're done doing the 10th finger, you're ready for your mission control gel. Okay, so what I want to be able to do is I want to be able to load up my brush. So I'm going to take, right, my master gel brush, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to load the body. And then what I like to do, since we're working with the first coat, is I'm just going to kind of paint on a nice, even coat from cuticle to free edge. It does not have to be thick. What I want to try to do is create opacity. So whatever's on my brush, as you can see, I'm just making sure I'm getting around the edges, working with control around the whole entire surface. Even that corner right there, I'm not trying to swipe around. What I'm doing is I'm working real small sections at a time. And what that's going to do, it's going to allow me to paint the corners with perfection, right, to create a really nice first layer, okay? So once we've established that first layer, I'm gonna make sure that we coat the tip. I'm gonna go inside the light, and I'm going to set this for a minimum of 30 seconds. So while that finger is curing, I'm gonna be working on the other hand. You can do multiple fingers at a time, okay? But my suggestion to you is do them, check them to make sure that nothing is pulling back. Make sure you have an even coat, get it inside the light, work on the other hand, and then when you're done, rotate and continue to work. By applying, you can see from the surface, right? It's really opaque, but it's just sheer enough where I'm able to get a full cure from top to bottom. That's what you want to be able to accomplish. Don't try to cake overdrive onto the surface in one thick coat. You're probably going to have curing problems if you try to cake it on. Remember, thin, tight application is going to ensure really good curing. All right, so I'm going to load up my brush, and then you're going to notice as I'm working through the second coat, everything becomes pitch black. And that's what we want to be able to achieve. Don't worry, again, if you see like slight imperfections. I think that a lot of beginners, when they're working with the gel paint, if they see like little dots, they're like, oh my gosh, it's not perfect. Don't worry about that. You have to remember that you're going to be applying a top coat over the surface, which is going to turn it glass-like. Use the color to create full coverage. Notice I'm working all the way through, taking my time, making sure I have super opaque coverage. Once I'm done, I'm gonna go back inside the light and we're going to cure it again for another 30 seconds. Okay, now the gel paint is set. So the nice thing about using the mission control is it's going to be tack-free. I'm going to be working with this awesome leopard print from the foil transfer kit that we just launched on Black Friday, right? You can see this, tore a piece off. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure, you're going to notice that the underneath, right, this is the shiny side, the underneath where you're going to stick is going to be the side that you're going to use to stick onto the surface. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my foil transfer base. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the foil base and I'm just going to paint a random kind of squiggly from corner to corner. right? And then we're gonna wait 45 seconds before we use the transfer foil. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and take the foil base, and what I'm gonna do is start from the corner, and I'm just going to just kind of work it all the way down, right? From this corner all the way down to this corner, and we're gonna wait 45 seconds. Okay, after 45 seconds, notice what I'm going to do. I'm going to place the foil down, and I'm going to make sure that we're going to press it really firm onto the surface, right, from corner to corner. All right, and then once we're done, we're going to tear that off, and as you can see, we have an awesome pattern from corner to corner. Don't worry about the edges, right? What we can do is we can just lightly press those in, and then what I can do is I can come back and I can clean those after I'm done. All right, once we are finished laying that in, I'm now ready for the finished top gel. And I'm going to apply a nice, even coat from cuticle to free edge. I'm going to get that inside the light and make sure we cure it for a full minute. After the nail comes out of the light, what we're going to do is we're going to enhance the cuticle area with a little bit of oil. And as you can see, we've created a perfect window effect from corner to corner.
We've got endless amounts of videos, so do not stop now. Click, watch, keep that going, and don't forget to give us one of these.